Hello everyone, this is Alex from MenuDocs, and in today's episode we are returning to our Introduction to Web Development series. Today is episode 9, and this is the begin of our cleanup. Today we're going to be cleaning up the first part of our website. This is going to be two parts, cleanup part 1 and cleanup part 2. Part 1 is going to be focusing completely and totally on HTML. And part 2 is going to be CSS, and we're going to be prepping for JavaScript, which we're going to get into in episode 10. So guys, a lot of you I've seen in the comments asking how long this series is going to last. Well guys, we are rounding the halfway mark right now. This is halfway to the end on this episode. So we only have 9 more weeks after this until I move on to my next series. So guys, let's get right into it. We're going to be cleaning up a little bit today. So the first thing we want to do is, you notice we're starting with a completely empty folder this time. So let's create our new file. Let's make our index.html, of course. We're also going to make a new folder. We're going to name that pages. And then inside pages, we're going to make a new file and name it staff.html. Okay, so we're going to be editing both of these today. And then in the next episode, we're going to be adding CSS, and we're actually going to be pulling in some Bootstrap elements. And I know I said we weren't going to be doing things like CSS, things like Bootstrap or Webpack and things, but very slightly I'm going to use Bootstrap. I'm not going to explain how it works. I'll cover Bootstrap in another series, probably with React. If I ever do React, I'll probably end up doing Bootstrap with React. So we're going to be setting up a framework here for both of these pages. We aren't going to be setting up anything fancy yet. Fancy stuff is coming in the next episode. So let's write this up. Let's get this done. Here we go. So we want our doc type of... So we want our doc type, of course. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me. So we want our doc type, of course. And then we want our HTML tags. And I'm just going to go right through this because I covered how to do all of these things in previous episodes. So we're just going to go right through this. We're going to knock this stuff out. So we're going to do title. And the time where I'm really going to start sitting down and explaining how everything works is going to be in the next episode, where we're doing CSS, we're integrating, we're going to do some slight navbar things. Most of the navbar stuff is going to be done in the 2-part JavaScript episode, where the first one's going to be setting up and the second one's going to be jQuery. So get excited for that. That's going to be interesting. So we're going to have a lot of divs here, and that's because we're going to do classes with Bootstrap. So if you see a ridiculous amount of divs, that's because, well, we'll need it in the next episode. So we're going to add our H1. We're going to give that MenuDocs. We're going to give us an H2. Add coding. Bam. And this is the real easy bit. In one side, once we get this typed out completely, I will explain how each part of it is going to work. So div, even though it's not going to be seen for a while. So we're going to have a link here, and I'm going to go copy the link here. Hold on. There we go. So we're going to paste that in there. This is just a GitHub link. Okay, so that's all the crazy spam typing out, and I know I haven't done the staff page. The staff page looks very similar. I didn't bother structuring 2 different pages for this. But I'll explain how this works. So what we have here is we're specifying that the language is English. And the reason for this is it's just good practice. You don't actually need to. It's just good practice. And I'm going to go through here and add enters and stuff for future things we're going to add in. Of course, we have our head element for all of our metadata. We're going to be adding lots of links, lots of scripts. There's going to be a ton of stuff in here. This is going to be one of the most filled parts of all of this here soon in the next episode. And y'all are going to see so much there, it's going to blow your minds. But we have our title, so we actually have a title for the page. If I really wanted to, this is what it looks like. You have your title, you have this. This is what this looks like. Nothing crazy. And we can, for now, just type link and link. And like this link, the last email, of course. This one will be GitHub. Bam. So, really simple stuff. We really aren't doing anything crazy here. You have your href links down here, and we'll make these look very pretty instead of just having link and link later on. And then we have all of our divs setting up for Bootstrap. We have our footer element, which is a Bootstrap element, which is why it doesn't do anything special right now. And we have all of our divs set up here for CSS with Bootstrap and stuff. So let's actually write up our staff HTML really fast. So we're going to doc type this. And a lot of you all have been asking for faster paced. What on earth? If I click you. Okay. So I have to click it. That's rude. We're gonna leave this char set here, and I'll explain why later. We are gonna get rid of dirt up here. So, a lot of you all have been asking for faster paced episodes where I'm just writing out code and stuff. Fast and furious, just get it done. And that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do that because a lot of you all I've seen ask every episode, hey, can we speed things up? Can we have more fun? Well, now we can. Div. Which one? As you can see, it's very similar, except we have a char set in here, and I'll explain why in a second. Team. And I think I'm going to start structuring my videos like this, because it allows me more time to code. I can put more code in each episode. And for each episode, we're going to get more done, and you're going to be able to see more and more stuff completed, which just gets you more and more done in the future. So a lot of these episodes are going to be picking up here soon. So let's explain how all of this works. So as you can see, we specified the language again of English, because I'm going to be doing all of this in English, of course. Our metadata, we have a char set of Unicode text font 8, which if you go down here, UTF-8 encoding. Woot woot. This is just going to show that all the text in here is going to follow the UTF-8 format, and I don't intend to use anything crazy, which is why I put the char set in here. In the index, we're going to have some crazy stuff, which means we can't meta that, but I do believe that it will work just fine here. In all of my testing, it's worked great. In here we have our headings again, and if you want to see what this looks like, there you go, staff team, rocket science. Our two headings, we have our links again that don't go to anything. Really kind of easy, simple things to get through this. Really simple, easy video. There's not a ton here. This is just setting up the framework for next episode, which is going to be 15. I might have to split this into 3 parts, because I'm not sure how long the next episode's going to be. But as of right now, it's just 2 parts. I'll let you know in the next episode if it's 3, because I haven't written the code past this yet. So, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. We just ran through setting up the HTML for these. Really simple stuff. Just pulling up everything we've done before, adding one new thing with the meta tags. And we'll talk more about meta tags when we get into JavaScript, because we're going to have to use a lot of them. But for now, this is exactly what we need to do. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed. And before we finish off the episode, let's quickly talk about our partner, Oxide Hosting.
Today's video is proudly powered by our partner, Oxide Hosting. Get your products hosted by them with their cheap, reliable services. So what are you waiting for? Check them out in the description below.
Alright guys, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe, join the Discord if you have any questions, and as always, happy coding.